Hello, Cuba community. We are highlighting another teacher today, and as you can see, our settings have changed a little bit. This is probably something that you have gotten used to see teachers wearing headphones talking into a camera. Some of us have to work from home right now, and others are in the buildings trying to teach from an empty classroom. And so things have really changed, and we just really want to highlight another teacher and help kind of share what's going on in our schools right now. As you can tell, we have went into a remote learning phase, and so that has presented the staff with more challenges, more obstacles, and things that sometimes are just out of our control, from technology issues, connectivity issues, and those sorts of things are new challenges that we face every single day. So we do appreciate all the efforts that the community has put in. We know that grandparents and parents and aunts, uncles, even older siblings have really put in a big effort to make virtual learning a reality, and so we truly appreciate that. And today we would like to highlight some of the things that are going on and talk to another teacher to see how things are going in their classroom.
Hi, I'm Mrs McCombs. I teach third grade here at Cuba Elementary. I've been teaching 16 years, and I've been teaching third grade the whole time for 16 years. I grew up in Smithfield, and so I went to Smithfield School, and then I came here in junior high, and I actually went to junior high and high school in this building, and the classroom where I teach at right here was my algebra class with Mrs. Rogers. So I'm pretty familiar with the building and actually with a lot of all of you who are watching this right now.
Tell us about yourself.
So I am married to Doug McCombs. We've been married for 25 years this year, and we live south of town, about a mile and a half headed towards Lewiston. We have 3 children. 2 are adults. We have 2 girls, Danielle and Stephanie, and they live in Chillicothe and then Canton. And then we have Trace, and he is a freshman at Cuba High School this year.
What are your hobbies and interests outside of work?
So while my girls were growing up, I stayed home with them, and we did a lot of fun things. We went fishing and camping, but as they got older and got into school, I decided, I need to do something with myself. And so I went back to school, and I decided to become a teacher. So I really didn't become a teacher until I was in my 30s, and so I've got a whole history before that of things that I've done. I enjoy being outside, fishing, and camping. I enjoy spending time with my family. One of my favorite things to do by myself, though, is to curl up with a good book and read. And sometimes I can read for hours and not be aware of anything else that's going on around me. My family and I have created a farmer's market garden at our house. We farm about 7 or 8 acres. And so starting in January, I start ordering seeds, and then I start the plants in my house. And then when the weather gets warm enough, then I plant them outside, and we work, and then we go to farmers markets around the area. And it's just something that we started as fun and we've enjoyed doing. So that kind of helps us spend time with family as well as keeping me busy through the summer.
What's your favorite thing about teaching?
My favorite thing about teaching is the relationships that I build with my students. I love having them come in the morning and they're telling me what they've done the night before, and we have conversations and we build that relationship. And then as we go through the year, that just gets stronger. And they might go on, they go to 4th grade and 5th grade. And then I've seen some of my classes graduate. And I love seeing as they get older, they might not remember me as much, but I remember them as they were 3rd graders. And then to see them grow up and become an adult and see them be successful. Those are some of my favorite things about teaching, building relationships and seeing my students grow to become successful.
How is this year different from previous years?
Everything about this year is a lot different for teaching. The students don't have all the paper and pencil activities that we used to do, and it's not as much hands-on and there's not as much group work with them. And I would say if I could pull that all together as one big difference, it's the technology. There's so much technology that I know they're used to being on games and they're used to chatting with their friends, but now they're learning so many different skills like opening apps and manipulating those apps and doing work inside of them. And that is so much more than I've ever asked a third grader to do.
What is your main goal for your students?
So the main goals for third graders, well, we'll talk about reading. In reading, third grade comes in and they've been working so hard learning to read that once they get here, they're still learning to read, but now they're applying that and they're reading to learn more information. And so we take that and we kind of break apart the text that we're reading and we look for main ideas and we pull out the details and we use the details in the words and we also use the details in the illustrations so that they get a better understanding of what they're reading. In math, it's all about multiplication and division. Our goal is for them when they leave third grade to be able to multiply within 100. And so, yes, I teach them the facts from 0 through 12, but then they also can do facts like 2 times 25 and 3 times 15. So anything that gets you to equal 100, that's what the students are doing. And it's a brand new skill that we start in third grade. I think maybe they dabble with it a little bit in second grade, but in third grade, we just go gung-ho on multiplication and division, and because it's a new skill, they usually just love it. We also do some writing. We work really hard on writing to answer questions and restating the sentence and taking a look at grammar using punctuation and remembering to capitalize all the important words. We also do some more in-depth writing, and we do some informational writing, like we're going to be researching frogs and writing about what we learn about frogs, and they're going to pick out their favorite type of frog or amphibian that they want to research. We'll be starting that in January, and then from there we roll right into Peter Pan, and we take a look at character analysis and how characters change, and so they'll write about that as well.
Is there anything else you want to add?
I'm going to tell you a little secret about teachers, and shh, you can't tell other people. This is just a secret between you and me. Teachers don't just love teaching. You know how summertime you're all swimming and playing and having a good time? Teachers wake up in the middle of the night dreaming and thinking about what they're going to be teaching you. And as the days get closer to school, we start getting these jittery butterflies in our stomach, and we get really excited about being here, and we make all of these plans. And on the first day of school, many times we're bright smiles and we're really excited, and we're also exhausted because we have spent so many sleepless nights thinking about the fantastic students that are going to be in our class, and we just have a hard time sleeping because we're so excited about it. So that secret that we love teaching, I love teaching, I love the butterflies in my stomach. I do wish I could get a little more sleep during that time, but I think those butterflies tell me that I'm doing exactly what I'm supposed to be doing. I love teaching. I couldn't imagine doing anything else. And so I hope as my students grow up, they also find something that gives them those butterflies and gets them excited to do what they're going to be doing.